Well, say some more about like just tips for young aspiring musicians, how to get their act together and what matters. Or if I asked you now, like, hey Ralph, I'm like 22 and I want to make it and I get this gig with John Scofield, how do I do it? How do I?
You put yourself in a position to be heard, and when you do that, you have to remove the possibility of John Scofield hiring anybody else but you, because it makes his life easier having you in his band.
That's very well put.
That's how I attacked the gig with Michael Brecker. I got a phone call. Somebody said that Jeff Watts is going out with Branford Marsalis. I made a phone call, and it was one request. I just want to be heard. Just get me heard. That's all.
That was a phone call to whom? To Brecker himself?
That was to my business people at the time. Just get me on the audition roster. You don't have to worry about anything else. I'll take the first slot available. I don't have to be the last guy. And I went in, and then I went to work, using what I was taught by my teachers, gobbling up everything he had played, his 3 latest records. I knew verbatim from memory. So when I went in the audition, I asked, they said, what do you feel like playing? I named the 3 tunes before we got to something that they didn't have to read, because I called the hardest tunes in the book.
Of their book?
Of their book.
If you haven't seen this, you have to watch the stuff on YouTube with Brecker and Ralph, which is totally killing.
I mean, we had a kinship, a spiritual friendship that went beyond the bandstand, and I miss Michael very much. He was my friend, and but through my friendship with Joey, you know, and it's something we intend on doing this year, is somehow putting together a project that allows us to play together and share with the world all that we both learned from playing with Michael, you know, because he's an incredible musician. I could get up off the drums and grab my trumpet, and he would, not only would he welcome it, he would sit down on the drums and swing his butt off. You know, and I don't know too many horn players, let alone, you know, who have the gumption to actually sit down and play some serious drums, you know, on their gig or anybody else's. And that's a level of musicianship that I aspire towards on other instruments, on trumpet, on piano. And that's what I suggest to musicians who want to follow in this path.